let us do that. Okay. So let us.
And as part of this exercise, right, we'll also look into the diagnostics. Like after we create some page, how to see from the diagnostics. Okay, what are the regions and okay, where do they belong? So that okay, it will help. Okay, how to modify an existing page as well.
Yeah, sure. That I'll tell you. Anyway, generally, like see, if you want to modify existing page, that comes a part of the personalization, generally, right? If you want to modify,
Yeah, right. Okay, so yeah, correct.
there are two
Yeah,
scenarios.
so in the meanwhile, we'll just
There are two
try
scenarios.
to cover that one also. Yeah, okay,
Right.
yeah, please go ahead. Yeah.
So modifying existing page, generally there are two scenarios. Maybe modifying the existing custom page or modifying the sealed page. If it is custom page, so generally you have a technical document from there where you will have some information. But the sealed page, of course, you will not have any information.
Hmm.
Yeah. Anyways, so let us start with this AOL message. What we do is we'll design our AOL message. We'll create our samples and we'll try to display in our OAF page. This particular page, what are we designing now? Now it's kind of independent page. Okay, so independently we'll just design some dummy samples and we'll try to use these methods across wherever we require. Okay. So now
Yeah.
what we do is like create AOL message first, application messages, first message. You can have any application name here. Sample AOL message. Okay. So let's try to display this AOL message in the OAF framework. So as of now, generally, like we have been hard coding the status message, right? As of now, we have been hard coding error messages or like any update messages, those things.
Correct.
Generally, that is not a preferred one. Why? Because like at any point of time, the functional administrator can suggest to some name for that. Instead of like a successfully created, they say that no, insert a row. So save the data means like they say no, to successfully save the data, something like that. Every time there is chances that the functional administrator, the functional consultant can recommend to change that particular message. So it is always recommended that we'll design our AOL messages so if any change is required in the AOL messages, directly you can just change in the instance. There is no coding change required, isn't it? That is the reason.
Okay.
Let's select our okay. So let us set the default properties. Okay. And this one, what I will do is I will just treat header region. So header region is nothing but just it will display blue color line. And in this region, I just create a button. So based on that, I will raise the event. New item submit button. Okay. Now in this one, we'll create a controller on the main region. Let me controller. AOL component sample series. Now in this one, in the controller, in the process form request, in the process form request method, we'll try to handle the button. Mention the button name. Okay. So generally, let us see if at all if you want to show the message. Generally, what we have been doing is we are just creating an OA exception object, right? OA exception object, or like information message or any OA confirmation information, any error thing. Let us say error message, and we just say OA exception dot error. So this is what we have been doing last time. But now this time what we do is so let's observe this OA exception constructor. Under this OA exception constructor, there are 7 different ways of calling this particular constructor. 7 or 8. Total 9 ways. The total 9 ways of calling this particular constructor. Can you see? 9 ways. This one from line number 30 to 39. So now in our case, which one we have to use it? We have to use the first one. In our case, whenever you are trying to use the AOL message, we have to use the first one. So let us write the particular logic now. So I'll just, yeah. So this is not required as of now, just comment. And now I'll write the new logic. Same thing. So they have to call the same OA except API only. Nothing but the constructor is different. Nothing but the parameters which are passed to the constructor is different. Okay. New OA exception. And the first one should be your application short name, FND, and then your AOL message name. So what is the AOL message? This is our AOL message, and followed by message token. As of now, it is not required. OA exception. What is the type? It's information type generally, and the finally is none. So sample AOL message. So this is how we have to use it. So this is the difference between line number 46 as well as line number 49. Right? In the line number 46, we are hard coding the error message. We are hard coding the message. It can be any message, but we are hard coding it. But in the line number 49, what are we trying to do? We just mention what is the AOL message name. We are not directly mentioning the value, right? So at runtime, we will try to get the value and then it will display accordingly. So that is one of the advantages of this one. So we can try this one, and after that, we'll try to see a different one.
So this will automatically take care of those language translations that is available in messages.
Yeah, it depends upon your
Depending
instance.
upon-
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Click on this one. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there is one more variant I will show you now. That's called token based message. There are chances that you like generally if you observe whenever any record is deleted or whenever a new record is created, what you will see in the message you will see the content also, nothing but invoice number so and so. The number is also will be shown right in the message. So if you want to have these kind of messages, they are called token based messages. They are called token based messages. Nothing but you have to pass the nothing but if there is a name value pair while creating a message itself you have to mention the name value pair. So let's say invoice creation message again. Invoice created message. Yes. Invoice number. Okay. Now there are two tokens in this one. In this AOL message, there are two tokens, right? So what we have to do is like the creation of your message is almost same, but in this now let us see how to do that. So first of all, in our AOL component page, what we do is we create one more button. Second button. Token AOL message. Okay. Now the logic is almost same, not much difference. So let me copy this one. Okay. And now here if you observe, what is the AOL message name? This is a message name, right? And in this one there are two tokens. In this one there are two tokens. So while calling the AOL message, we have to pass the tokens. While calling the AOL message, we have to pass the tokens. So nothing but first of all we have to create the the token name as well as value pair. Now let us say invoice number token is equal to new. So what is the token name? This is a token name, right? And this is a value. Let us say ABC underscore 12345 is our invoice number. Token name as well as value. The same thing we will create for the other token also. Invoice item. Okay. So this way you have to create the tokens. And the same thing you can try in the AIMDL also. It's not that this particular logic works only in the SQL, but this same logic will work in the AIMDL also. And finally, we have to create a token array. We have to create a token array. Okay? So this is how we have to do it. It's the only difference. You have to create the tokens, and same thing you have to pass here also. The token message. What is the token message? The third parameter. The third parameter you have to pass.
Okay.
Okay. And we'll just try this one. Got it? Invoice number ABC1235 with so and so amount is created.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So this is how we can display a token based message. And now there is one more variant again. So as of now, if you observe, we have discussed about a simple AOL message, right? And a token based message, token based AOL message. And now in the OAF framework, there is something called bundle exception. There is something called bundle exception where multiple messages will be thrown at a time. So why do you require multiple error messages? See, it's not only error messages; it can be any message. Nothing but multiple messages will be shown in the page. Nothing but like when you're designing a some data entry page where you have multiple properties, right? Multiple fields you have. So for every field, if you want to have an error, let us say you have a date field, you have a time field, and you have some kind of number field, and you want to throw that if a number is greater than so and so, you want to raise an error. If date is so and so, you want to raise an error. So what you want to do is nothing but you want to throw multiple errors at a single point of time. If you want to use that
Right.
particular functionality, we have to use a functionality. We have to use a technical functionality called bundle exception. Then we call this particular concept as bundle exception. There we throw multiple messages at a single point of time. Okay. So for that,
Okay.
you just need to use an array list. So let's create a button first. Bundle exception. There's another called raise bundle exception. This time we'll
Mm-hmm.
not use our OA exception method. We'll use a raise bundle exception method. We'll use raise bundle exception method, and in this one,
Okay.
it is asking us to enter the collection using a list. It is asking us to enter. The parameter which we are passing, we are just passing a list here. So we have to create an array list of OA exception.
Okay.
We have to create an array list of OA exception. So I think I have it. Let me do this one. Okay. So here, what exactly we are trying to do is, so we have, so this is the first message, right? And the second message, right? And we are adding up that particular exception messages, OA exceptions to array list. We are adding that particular OA exception message to array list.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, we are raising a bundle exception and we are passing the exception list. We are passing the exception list. And
Okay.
this messages as of now it is not there, we have to create it. Okay. And here, now as of now, like I did not mention what is the type of message, whether you want to throw it as an error message, warning message, or information message. If you don't mention anything by default, it will consider as error. If you don't mention anything by default, it considers error. So either way, like yeah, let us try and see how it works. Okay. So click on the button. You see two messages.
Right. Yeah.
This is how we can do it. And now coming to the next one, how to use a lookup in OAF Page. So generally we use lookup for the purpose of statuses or maybe for the purpose of dropdown mostly. In the dropdown we use the lookup frequently,
Right. Yes. Yes.
right? So it's very simple. We just need to construct a new query and we have to attach that particular query to the VIVO and then the VIVO to the lookup. So, but we can design one sample for that one. So let us say application lookup. Right. So this is our lookup. And if at all if you want to show this particular lookup in OAF page, what we do? Simply we have to construct a query. Where lookup type is equal to this one. That's it. Okay. So this is how you can use a lookup. So once you have a query ready, you can directly design a Vivo object and based on that you can do the normal stuff. Correct?
Yeah.
So shall I show you sample or is it okay? You can skip this one.
Yeah. So this we use in the Vivo.
Yes, we have to use a Vivo and
Sorry. The last.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah.
So what I'm trying to tell you is like if at all if you want to use a lookup, sometimes you may forget, right? Suddenly okay, you have to show it. You will forget, right? That's why I just told you this concept. Nothing more, you just need to construct a query, create a Vivo, and once you have a Vivo, you can use accordingly. Whether you want to show it as a drop
Yeah.
down,
Yeah.
whether you
Right.
want to show it as a table region, whether you want to show it as a LOB, anything you can do it. Okay.
Correct. Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
And how about those LOVs? We have a sort of list of values, right? So that the independent value sets, dependent value
Yeah,
sets,
that
and
we are not discussing. I'm discussing.
yeah. Okay. Okay. In the next topic. Okay. Fine.
Yeah. So coming to the other one, in the value set we have different types. The value set we have different types, right? But generally, like if it is a, like there is something called none, right? It's of no use. Generally, that's not that we don't use it, right? In the OS scenario, I'm saying,
Yeah.
in the OS scenario, maybe in the content program scenario you use the one none frequently, but in the OS scenario, none is not at all used. It is not useful at all. And one more thing, you don't have the dependent function. We cannot implement the dependent functionality here. And here, what we can implement is
Mm-hmm.
we can design an independent value set. Nothing but we can use of an independent value set, or we can also use a table value set. These are the only two things we can use it. Okay. We can use an
Mm-hmm.
independent one and we can use a table one.
Okay.
Okay. So if it's an independent one, it is very easy, right? Nothing but you can construct the Vivo and we can just get the
Correct, correct.
correct. So nothing but a query
Yes.
page. You just design a query, assign to the viewer, and after that to the page. Simply it works.
Mm.
But
Okay.
coming to the table, so I will not discuss even the independent also. We concentrate only on the table because this is one which involves a lot of concepts here. Now to design a table, so, I mean to show the value set of a table type, to show the value to show the details of a table type value set, it requires a lot of concepts in the OAF because there is no direct component. See, if you consider AOL messages, we have a OA exception API. If you consider the lookup, it's a lookup, but the lookup does not require any other special concept because using the query you are able to get the data, so it does not require any special concept. But coming to the table type value set, so whenever you design a table type value set, what will happen? The query, whatever the query we mentioned, that will be stored as a query in the database, right? The query, whatever
Yeah.
you mentioned, that is stored as a query in the database. So nothing but during design time. When you design a OAF page during design time, you require a query. So without having the query, we cannot construct the view. I mean, general programmatical view that is a different concept, but a normal view, if you consider read-only view, we cannot construct a read-only view until unless you have a query. So, but how can we design? How can we
Yes.
show a table type value set? So that is where the concept lies in. So for that one, what I have done is, so this is one of my real-time project assignments. That's why I'm just sharing this one.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll show you one example here. Let's take one valid set. It's, yeah. Consider this particular value set here. It's a table type, and it will display your employee information. It will display the employee information. Now, if I want to use this value set in OAF page, I was telling you that you don't have any component to consider this particular table type value set. So, but there is a workaround. That's what I am discussing now. So, what is the workaround is for that one? What I have done is I have designed a SQL function. This is my function. So, you just pass the value set name. So, it will give you the query for you. Just pass the value set name. It will give a query for you.
Mm-hmm.
So now
Okay.
this particular query, I will pass to my OAF page. But here, it's not that you have to pass the query because now this value set is there. If you know the value set name before itself, that's fine. But let us say there are chances that I'll tell you one example why I'm discussing this dynamic stuff. Let us say I have multiple records like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Now I have some data 1, and data 2, something like this. And now, as per my requirement, I have to mention a value set name. While creating a record, I have to mention the value set name for here. Okay, I have to mention a value set name here, value set name 2. It's very different requirement. It rare case will come across, but concept wise, I just want to share it. Requirement maybe I'm not sure whether client will have it, but it's very rarely you will use it. So
Mm-hmm.
now you have set of records and you mention a value set name. Okay. And now what exactly you want to do is these are the header records. These are the header records. Okay. Now for this header records you'll also have a line. For this header records, what we want to do is we want to have a lines also. So whenever I click on
One second, Sridhar, one second. So this one, so you're saying data one from, okay, so you want to show data from different value sets?
no see this column 1, a normal
Yeah.
enterable field, data 1 is also enterable field, and but this the third one is kind of a field which will ask you to enter the
Okay.
value set name,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
enter the value set name, and now this header information, this is all the header information, this is all my header information.
Mm-hmm.
Now coming to my line information, what I will do is, as per my requirement, whatever the value set which I mentioned at this place, whatever the value set which I mentioned at this place, that particular value set data I want to display in the lines, and user will select set of
Okay.
lines from there. User will select those set of lines because the values, let us say
Mm-hmm.
the value set which I selected, which will display multiple lines, and user will have an check option, select, checkbox.
Mm-hmm.
Will have
Mm-hmm.
checkbox.
Okay.
So now based on this value set which we defined for the header, based on that we have to show the lines. So every time whenever I click on, let us say add lines. So what I will do is I'll try to go to some different page where I add up the lines. Add lines is my button or
Okay.
icon I can say. So whenever I click on add lines button, I have to navigate to lines page, and where I will have to display the lines based on the value set name which we defined for the header. So every time my
Okay.
lines table will show different data, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that was the concept I said.
So in the line section, you will display the lines, okay, that are related to the value that you selected in that particular value set
Right,
in
right,
that row.
right. So dynamically every time,
Okay.
if I click on second row, it has to display the value set data of value set name 2, isn't it? If I select line number 1, it has to display the data of value set name 1. So every time I have to pass a different
Right.
value set name. So nothing but my query is still dynamic always. My query is always a dynamic. Nothing but I have
Right.
to pass my value set name, then I have to get the query. So that is the reason what I have done is I have created a PLSQL function and get the query. So database level, okay, we are able to fetch the value set, but during the OAF design time, what we do is during OAF design time, while constructing the Vivo itself, we require a query. While constructing the Vivo itself, we require a query. So for that one also we had a workaround. What is that is we will design a dummy query first. We will design a dummy query first. Consider this query now. If you observe here, can you see the number of columns, value, meaning as well as ID? So what I have done is I will consider a dummy query which will not display any data at any point of time. So I'll be using this particular query during design time of Vivo. I'll be using this particular query during the design
Okay.
time of a Vivo. So let's make a note of this one. First of all, create a Vivo, new, transit, details, Vivo, return the access, next, enter the query, and finish. Assign this Vivo to the end, okay, and now I'll design a page. So, main region, okay, the region. So this particular value set which I prefer to use it always uses multiple records. So then I have to go to the table region, right? As of now, the query which is there is a dummy query. It will not display any data. But generally, what is the requirement is it may display multiple records. New region using wizard. Click on next. Select the EU. Okay. Now we'll create a controller
Yeah.
also on the main region. Set this controller. Okay. Yeah. So now what we want to do is let us assume that we are getting a value set name. Let us assume that it's a line space where I'm getting the value set name at runtime. I'm getting the value set name at runtime. Let us say value set name is str is equal to I'll assign some value set name. And this value set name, what I will do is I'll pass to my AM. This value set name I'll pass to AM. Page context. AM now initialize value set Vivo. Okay. So I'll pass this value set variable to this particular method. So as of now, it is not created, that is why it is just showing red color. So let us create this particular method in its value set Vivo. Go to AMIME here. And click void. Okay. This is a value set name. And now, what is the Vivo name? Vivo name is value set details vivo and get value set details, right? And now it's a normal functionality which we would like to do. But now the thing is we have to change our value set query at runtime. We have to change our value set
Right.
query at runtime. So for that one, what we do is we have to call a PLSQL function. So what is the logic here? We have a PLSQL function. We have this particular PLSQL function, exits underscore get value set query. It's a PLSQL function. We have to pass our value set name. It will give a query for us. So nothing but you have to write
Right.
some Java logic to get the value set query. So this is my Java logic. One minute. Let me change. Right. So here in this particular callable statement API, what exactly we are trying to do is we are calling a PLSQL function using a callable statement API. So here we have to pass the value set name. Just pass the value set name, we'll get the value set field. Now what I will do is,
Mhm.
so in the init value set vivo, what I will do is first of all, string value set query str is equal to get value set query, okay, and pass the value set name. Just pass the value set name, and it will give the query for it. And after that, we have to initialize the viewer, right? We have to execute the viewer and everything. And there is one more method.
Mhm.
There is one more method to change the viewer query at runtime. There's a method called, because I don't remember these things, so I just copy pasted these stuff. It's very tough to remember these also. So here, this method called viewer.set full query mode as well as set query. So these are the two methods which we have to use it for the purpose of replacing your SQL query at runtime. You have to use these two methods for the purpose of replacing the viewer query at runtime. So we are totally replacing the existing query. Totally replacing the existing query.
Okay.
Got the logic?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
So first of all, get the query. Let us assume that you have a functionality to get the value set query based on the value set name. And after that, before executing the vivo, replace the existing query with your new query vivo, with your new query. So for that one, we have to use a method called vivo.set query, and we just pass the value set query.
Okay.
Okay, so that's fine. It says no result found, right? Okay. So anyways, like what we can do is we can let us debug it. Now it is trying to, it is not displaying data, right? It is not displaying the data. So let's debug it. So
Right.
enable the debug point. See, this is how we enable. Just toggle. Left click, automatically
Mhm.
it will give you like red color symbol, red color dot. Now here also, at this place also enable the toggle point. Okay. Now run the page in the debug mode. Run the page, debug mode. And this is especially for your custom pages. For the seed pages, anyway, you cannot run from JLocal.
I think we are missing that first Vivo, which is supposed to display all the value set names, right?
Sorry.
I think the first header section should have a Vivo with a query that displays, that pulls all the value set names, right?
Right. See, now if you observe, now we are calling this method, right? aim.init. Just press F8. Now, see, if you observe here, in this CO, it stopped at this line. It stopped at this line. So to go further, we just click on F8. To go further, click on F8. So step by step execution, line by
Okay.
line execution. Click on F8. So now it went to A minus. Now it went to A minus. So now if you observe, it is at
Mhm.
line number 47. It is at line number 47.
Hello?
Yeah, Shiva.
Hello?
Hello.
Sridhar, actually, one person from your Ramana, someone called me and said that 10:30 is the class timing. I said that it is not possible, but he told that he will confirm me by night. But you have started at something like 7. No, there is no clear intimation about the classes, and there is from 4 5 days there are no classes. This way it will not work out, Sridhar. Timings, at least you need to intimate us, right? See, you have started the classes. There is no clear intimation also. How we can follow these things?
Sure. So I'll get back to Shiva. So I mentioned to Ramana also, like when you asked me whether you have a class, I clearly told that yes, you have a class at 7.
No, there
And
is no clear intimation, right? From 4 days, for 4 5 days, there are no classes. At least we need to get some clear intimation about the timings. At least single call or whatever. At least yesterday night, one mail, or just you sent the meeting and you have started the classes. See, we are waiting. We paid and we are waiting for you, right, to have the classes very eagerly. So if this is happening, like how we can follow the things?
I understand, Shiva.
Eh,
We'll have it anyway. Like let's have it sometime today again. Not an issue.
Can you send me this recording
Yeah, I'll send
after
it
the
to
class?
you. I'll send you this recording. Let's have some time today. Like at what time would you like to come?
I said to him that even after evening 5, it's okay.
Okay.
But
Let me. Mhm.
even if you can send this recording, I will review I will follow that, and if I have any doubt, I'll get back to you. At
Yeah,
least
sure.
send me that recording.
I'll send you the recording and let's meet again in the evening and we can discuss further.
Okay.
So now, like if you observe here, Shina, if you observe here, like
Yeah.
it stopped at line number 47. Just observe the arrow mark. So by this result, we can say, okay, our debug point is this. I mean, for debugging at this particular place, it got stopped. So just click on F8, and maybe mostly if you observe, the issue could be whether it is not generating the query, or let us observe that and enable the debug point at this one also. So click on F8 again. So now it went to our PL SQL function. Observe here if there is an issue here. Right. So this is a place where it is giving error, right? Can you observe? This is a place
Yes, yes.
where it is giving error.
Okay.
And observe whether it is having the value set name or not. See, it is having the value set name also. It is having the value set name also. Okay. See, this is direct a function, right? I just mentioned it as a package dot function name something. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
XXCS underscore get value set here is just a simple function. It's not part of any package at all. So what I mentioned is the signature which I mentioned is wrong. The signature which I mentioned is wrong. Right?
Okay.
Replace it. Place it appropriately. And now you can stop this debugging point. Click on this. Try to stop the debugging stuff. And now we can run the page. So using debugging, that's very much good. It is very much useful when you face these kind of issues. So you can watch the line at which line it is executing and what are the data it is passing, and there is smart data also, right? You can by just seeing that what is the value at each variable also you can see it.
Right.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Right? Now we can pass any value set in. Now I just use this one, right? Either it can be custom value set or maybe your CL value set also, but provided it should not be dependent value set. Provided it should not be dependent value set. If it is a dependent value set, it will not work.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I think yeah. Yes, this is also one of the value set. You can take this value set also. Let us say table type, right? Now go to a value set. So just change the value set name. That's it. So it does not need to change any logic at any place, right? Understood the concept, right? So this, but see, this is conceptually you have to understand. Not, don't worry about the value set, this kind of functionality, but conceptually there are sometimes where you have to nothing but dynamic SQL. Why do you use a dynamic SQL, right?
Correct, correct, yeah.
Same concept, nothing but a dynamic view. Generally called as dynamic view. Many names you have it for this. So pass changing the query at runtime. This is what the functionality you have to consider. How do you change it? Right now it is displaying some other data. Now it is displaying some other data, right?
Right.
So
Yes.
so now this by this you can say like how, I mean whichever AOL component, like either our what do you say, our messages, lookups or valueset. So this is how we have to do it. Okay.
Okay.
And some one more thing is remaining, that's called flexibility, that will have next session. Something called flexibility, right? DFFSSK.
Right.
So that will lead in
Yeah,
next
that will
session.
have what? Okay, next section. Okay.
Flexibility.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, sure. And flex fields, okay, definitely should, I mean, they always will be associated with independent and dependent value sets, right? So internally, probably they will be supporting it. Because if you take into account, okay, the chart of accounts, right?
No, flexi
Chart of account.
one thing. Flexi field will have only table. I mean, it can be kind of any value set, but dependent value set, I don't think it will support, right? Dependent value set is not support. It can have any value set.
Now, okay,
It can have
right,
any.
okay, now let us say concurrent program. Now, if you have a concurrent program, right? So, concurrent program parameters will
Right.
associate
That
with the value sets.
they are dependent. They are dependent. Right.
Hmm.
They are dependent. Yeah. So even actually we thought of implementing the same page, but we could not do it. we decoded Oracle code, and it became a new project. So that took much time. So that's why we stopped it.
So even in the case of concurrent programs, that SRS form, which is equivalent SRS form in OAF, okay, that will not support similar functionalities
No,
that we
no,
have in the
no,
form builder SRS form
no, no. The
for
SRS
the
concurrent,
dependent of
no, no.
dependency. Huh?
The OAF concurrent program,
So,
which is the secret page which is there, that supports the dependent value set. But see, that Oracle has written the code for it. We don't have any component directly which is available for the developers to work on it. Are you getting?
mm-hmm.
We
Oh,
don't,
okay,
even
okay.
if you consider the value set, there are many places even Oracle used table type value set. There are many places even Oracle has used table type value set, but it never gave any component to the developers to use it.
Uh-huh.
Even for the
Okay.
dependent value set also, in many pages we consider the
Mm-hmm.
dependent value set. In many places we have a
Mm-hmm.
dependent value set logic, but there is no direct component for that one. We just need to
Okay.
decode and find out the logic. That is what we have to implement.
Mm-hmm.
But directly there is no
Okay.
functionality at all. And so if any client asks, you can say there is no supported method or there is no supported component which Aarti provides, so we cannot do it. That is what we generally come across.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
okay.
So, okay, probably using the same query, okay. Okay, same concept, okay, we have to restrict that where condition in the dependent parameter, that way probably, I mean, we have to write our own code probably to restrict
Okay, the value,
values in the dependent parameter. Yeah.
we just
So, I mean,
yeah.
mm-hmm. Okay.
So in the next
Okay,
class we'll
fine.
try to work
Yeah,
on
same concept will work in all the places. Yeah.
yeah. So next class we'll work on flexibility, okay, and probably on the theoretical area also. We'll try to see the logic for performing GML operation using a theoretical procedure, and we'll try to call a theoretical function on. And today also we called it, but maybe we can discuss some further more also again. Okay.
Okay. So this will be on when? Tuesday or?
No, same thing, right? Sorry, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, right? Same thing. Tuesday,
Yeah,
Thursday.
so it will be next class. Yeah, next class will be on Tuesday then.
Yeah, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Yeah.
Okay. And if possible, right? Okay, either like we can have a little longer session on Saturdays.
Okay. Hmm.
Okay, from next Saturday, okay, we can see. Okay, and we'll sync up with Shiva as well. So once he's also at the same page, right? Okay,
Yeah,
not only
we'll see that anyway. Yeah.